It's this idea that a relationship needs to be perfect, and that if a mistake happens, sometimes I think, oh, it's not gonna work out. It wasn't meant to be, because if it was meant to be, we wouldn't be having this fight.
Bro does not tiptoe. He is stomping around trying to get a reaction.
I find that the easiest way to just bring out topics is to
Rage bait?
Rage bait it. Even if Chelsea comes back, you know what? Dual moderator, 2v2.
2v2?
Men versus women.
We keep adding people to the podcast. It's like an 8-10
We were all
podcast.
fighting before this.
Well, there it is. The man has chosen to arrive. I thought we said 11 o'clock. Man. 11:03?
So, Yvonne, let me get this straight. We had this whole discussion last week about how I don't make you feel bad about being late.
Wait, didn't you make me feel bad about being late?
No,
Literally a week ago?
It was Nate who pointed it out, and then you crashed out at me, and I said nothing, and then you said it's all Toast's fault. I said you can't keep using that argument, and now the shoe's on the other foot, and instead of.
You know what's funny? It's like, I forgot. I thought it was you who clocked me last week for being 1 minute late. And so this week, I had a vendetta against you.
And this is where you say, oh, it's actually your fault for making me react this way because of years of trauma.
Yeah, it is. It made me assume it was you.
Technically, Toast said you said you're going to be here 5 minutes late, and you actually showed up at 11:03, so you're 2 minutes early.
Mm-hmm.
Really
and I gave you the reason why I was late, which was a legitimate reason. You're late because you're making matcha.
No.
What are you drinking today?
Coconut.
Where did you get that coconut?
I bought it from the grocery store. You could just buy it. Look,
Chinese grocery store, didn't you?
Your drink is the size of your head.
Are you
it's
kidding?
Like the same shape.
Are you joking? No, it's... Oh, shit. Well, actually... Can you see my face?
Barely.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my god, it is. It's refreshing.
Good morning. How you guys feeling?
Good. Yvonne, did you see the comments on last week's video about how you're wrong?
Dude, do you scroll to the bottom for that one?
I posted a comment in our Discord.
To the bottom where the incels comment.
You called. See, that's the problem. We just had to. You can't call people incel just because they have an opinion against you, and you just happen to be a woman when it was not a gendered-based insult. This guy didn't even call you like
bro.
A bitch,
Did
stupid woman.
It
was just a regular comment.
Did you read the comment? You know that this person is not.
You're mad because he agreed with Nate. I think Nate has hit the nail on his head. Yvonne doesn't fully listen.
Stop encouraging the incel comment.
An answer to Toast being vulnerable, talking about his feelings. She sees it as an attempt by him trying to gaslight her or paint her in a bad way, so she reacts by yelling at him and accusing him of being a manipulator. And I posted this, and then your response was, yeah, you and all the 10 other incels agree with Toast.
You
can't call people incels just because they disagree with you.
He's calling me a manipulator, bro. Like, are you
That's
kidding?
not a gendered thing. You are a manipulator. Okay, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Whether or not you're a manipulator, still, needs to be decided.
No, it doesn't.
But manipulator itself isn't because you're a woman.
Are you sure? How can you say that? Because hey, actually, I highly disagree with that. I think not everything is gendered, but I do think there's a good amount of people that have their own biases because they are misogynistic.
You can't call people misogynistic. What? Because they called you a manipulator?
I can't, but there are contexts and cases where I can, because I think they are biased.
I think that's fair. Not this one, though.
Why not?
This one has nothing with you or me and our genders being involved.
Bro, look at the way he's typing. You could tell by the way someone's typing that they have incredible male bias. Are you kidding me? Just the way this guy's composing his fucking paragraph.
Nate, please weigh in here as an unbiased third party. Do you see the screenshot?
Let me see the screenshot. I do see this. Okay.
You know what's funny? The timestamp in the YouTube video for that section is totally unbiased moderator. It's a picture of Nate.
This is rage bait. This is rage bait.
Yvonne, I actually do have a question. This is like a sincere question. I guess this is true. I have a question for both of you guys. Do you feel like being able to have comments, or like, I guess just being a streamer and being open to or creator, just being open to all these other comments, has it inherently made you more defensive in general? Like, how has it changed you guys?
It has, definitely, especially if it's something I don't think about. I talked about this on one of the episodes, but it's comments from my peers and the viewers. I had a banter with Lily Pichu, and then our colleague peer, Jacksepticeye, guy I love and respect, was playing into it because I was being mean to Lily, and like he called me out in a funny way, in a banter way. And then I saw comments about people who are like supporting Jack, saying like, yeah, finally putting that horrible person in his place. And I got really insecure and defensive. It's like, oh, I wonder if that was like he didn't like that, or he didn't think it was banter. And then he was nice enough to message me that, oh yeah, I was just joking around. But it was something that I normally wouldn't think twice about. And then after reading all those comments, I was like, oh man, maybe I am a jerk. Maybe I am an asshole. Maybe I went too far that time. Even though in the moment I felt like this is very par for the course. So 100%, you read a lot of comments like that, and you try not to dwell too much on it, but it's inevitable. The only times where I can feel like I'm immune to criticism is like regarding gameplay that I'm really good at. Like, you know, if it's a strategy game and someone criticized me, like I'm very confident in what I did. What about you, Yvonne?
It is based on my personal relationship with the person. Like, sometimes, like, say, I'll take this comment, for example. The reason why let's dissect this. Like, the reason why this person gives me parasocial misogynistic vibes, or incel, not even saying they are exactly. Maybe I misunderstood you. It's because they are hyper analyzing our like actual relationship, where it's like doesn't acknowledge or accept to Toast being vulnerable, or like in a real situation. Like, I don't think I don't, and you feel okay, fine, debate me, but I don't think I invalidate your feelings in a real setting. So, which is why I'm like, you don't understand our humor. You don't understand the jokes on the show or the banter. Because if you're like calling me a manipulator in a way, or gaslighter, like even the times that Toast has trolled me or whatever, I wouldn't even call him a gaslighter. You know, I say that as a joke, but not as serious as this person is typing it, or someone else would be typing it. So that's why I look at that. I'm like, yeah, your comment means nothing to me. Because I already have
nothing. I don't know. You seem pretty heated about it.
Well, it's because you're trying to egg me on with it. But if I read it normally, I just roll my eyes and
bring
be like,
up my feelings to you.
No, you specifically scroll to the bottom of the comment section.
It's got 10 thumbs up
From 10 other like-minded people. Maybe you're one of them. So maybe 9.
The screenshot, you can see the thumbs up button. It's not highlighted.
Are they all
that means I didn't
your
thumbs it up.
Accounts, huh? You and not other 9 accounts of
Bro,
yours?
you are so delusional.
Now, to defend the comment, they don't call you a manipulator, Yvonne. They just kind of mention at the end, Yvonne could try to be more receptive to Toast's feelings.
No, she seems to see it, as Toast trying to gaslight him.
Yeah, if anything, he's saying you're trying to accuse me of being a manipulator. Maybe there's some projection going on that you thought you're being called a manipulator.
Bro, he's also wrong about that. I never called you a manipulator. I joke about you gaslighting, but I'm not good.
It's a joke, huh? We get serious and now it's a joke?
Whose side are you on, bro? Are you on your own side right now? Or like, what's
I'm
happening
on the side
here?
that makes you look the worst.
Yvonne, do you think you could be more receptive to Toast's feelings?
I think, you know what? I think if he were a different person, I would be. Because I am very receptive to people who give me the same energy back, okay? I'm giving him the same energy he gives to me. I'm a mirror. Remember, I'm a mirror.
Okay? Are you serious when you talk about your emotions? I never invalidate you. I'm like, yeah, that sucks, buddy.
Never.
That's rough. Never. Name one time.
Pull up the clips, everybody. We have a whole decade of things to go through.
What clips? Guess we should intro the podcast, huh?
Even from this podcast alone?
You know, for the record, I don't agree with this comment. It's just funny to post it to Yvonne and Chelsea every now and then.
He just always likes to post the Instagram. See, look what this one comment said. Screw you.
If you sorry, I said you guys, like I'm lumping Chelsea into this. Yeah, if you don't want people to see you in this light, maybe you could be a little nicer to me on the podcast.
Well, what about you? Do you care about how other people see you when you're mean to me?
No.
Okay, then no, I don't care either. If they don't know me, they don't know me. They can misunderstand me. That's fine. They don't know me.
Do you think they're misunderstanding you, or they're kind of clocking your tea a little?
Hey, it depends. Sometimes it makes me think. It's the same Jacksepticeye thing. It would make you think if they were like, oh, she was really like mean to Toast here. But if I was like, this is our regular ass banter, screw you.
Has there been a moment that made you think like, oh, maybe I was in the wrong?
It's the episode you love bringing up, because I'm like, okay, I see how there's a chance that like that made you feel bad, even though I didn't think there was, based off of like how I know you and how I know us. But the fact that there was a chance, I was like, okay, we'll tackle that one.
So reflective. W accountability.
Yeah.
Do you guys need to do the intro? Is there supposed to be an intro?
Yeah.
What's the intro sound like?
There's a little Chelsea does a little jingle.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So you have to do a jingle that starts us off.
Yvonne, you want to do that jingle for us? Because I have no idea what you're talking
No, it's always the moderator.
Yeah.
Does it.
Yeah, about that. Okay, well.
She didn't write in her notes?
She did not. We just double checked these. Nope, there is nothing. Nope. So,
well, it's okay.
You can just make it up. You know,
yeah.
All right. Welcome to the podcast. It's called We Were Fighting Before This. It is a podcast about two friends who are getting to know each other. You know what? I don't know. Let's find out. What is this podcast about?
It wasn't really a jingle. It's more of a summary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not.
What's this podcast about?
What is this podcast about? I don't even know, man. I just show up every week and Yvonne yell at me. I don't even know.
I yell at you.
I don't even know. Like, you just yell at me? Is it pop culture? Is it drama? Yvonne, when was the last time you went shopping?
It was last night, but every time I went to check out, it turned into a whole thing. So I had to log in, reset my password, find my card. It was exhausting.
That's why whenever I check out, I look for that purple button, the shop pay button.
The one that actually saves your info?
That's right. It has everything saved. So instead of doing all that work, it's literally just one tap and you're done. No digging for your wallet, no typing anything in. They make the whole experience way smoother, not just for you, but for the business too. Yeah,
Shopify is basically your all-in-one commerce platform, and they handle everything from inventory to international shipping to returns, so you're not juggling a bunch of different tools.
And if you're starting something yourself, they got hundreds of templates to help you build a store that actually looks good without needing to design everything from scratch.
Plus, you can market it like you have a whole team behind you, emails, social campaigns, all of that built in so people can actually find your stuff.
Which means fewer abandoned carts and more sales going.
Cha-ching! So sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/beforethis.
Go to shopify.com/beforethis.
That's shopify.com/beforethis.
Chatting.
Maybe you could fill in. How's dating going for Yvonne?
Yeah, tell them.
I just imagine it's the same old, like every now and then she'll check her Hinge and then like, oh, nothing good, or maybe a response here and there, but doesn't amount to anything.
It's even
She
deleted.
goes to the club every 2 weeks. What's your club rate right now? Once a week?
I haven't been.
Once a month?
I literally haven't been.
Oh, damn.
I've been going to card shows instead.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, if you meet a guy at a card show, it's better than meeting a guy at a club.
Toast, do you think what Yvonne says she's looking for is it what she's actually looking for?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I think she knows what she wants. It's more a question like, is she looking for something that's impossible? That's the issue. Not that she wants a bad boy, but she says she wants a good boy. I think what she's describing is accurate. There's just not a lot of guys like that on the market. Most of them already, girls know a catch when they see one. So most of those guys are in relationships. So she's gotta be like a shark circling the waters. The moment one of these guys get out of relationship, you want to be respectful, of course. Like first month, because there's a time frame. If you get with this dude within the first month, you're the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot engage with the man in the first month unless you want to be labeled the rebound. You gotta wait that first month, maybe plant the seeds first, and then like in 3 months' time, see where it goes.
I don't even think I know of anybody like that.
You don't know any guy that fits your dating criteria? For context, Nate, Yvonne says, the only man attractive to her physically is Jungkook from BTS, and
I didn't even say that.
Was it Jacob Elordi?
It was literally because we did like a we literally just played like a Patreon game though, and so he thinks that. But the thing is, like, not that I think I'm too good for Jungkook, but like I don't really do the smash or not type of thing. Like, in that sense.
So is there a guy that you would date that you know?
That I would date that I know?
Yeah.
Not someone that I would be like, yeah, this is a long-term relationship. I would date them and potentially marry them. Mm-mm.
Is it hard to find someone that fits both the cat? Like, do you think of someone that you would want to date versus who you would want to marry? Are those like the same person?
I would say maybe if I were younger, no. But I think because now that I'm older, I don't really want to waste time because I don't feel like I have time to waste. That like they almost have to be the right like the same person. There could be someone that I see like who's not my future husband maybe, but they can't be a situationship or can't be something that like holds me back from finding that person if that's the case. Because I'm so crunched on time. Stop! Toast is holding up what's that white rabbit with the clock from Alice in Wonderland pointing at the timer. Like, time's ticking, gotta go.
Is it time to lower your standards?
Okay, here's the problem with that, okay? Say hypothetically, I do lower my standards. Which maybe in the past I have here and there. Then my people around me would be like, hey, I don't like this person. Or like, you could do better. And so like, the fuck am I supposed to do? You know what I mean?
No one's gonna do that. They'd just be happy for you.
Yeah, you say that. But then there are people who are even literally you, okay? I'm going to use you as an example. I will show you. Yes, you.
Me?
I will show you somebody who's like, oh yeah, this guy's interested in me, and you'll be like, you could do better, just by purely a photo. Hasn't even met the guy yet, he will say that.
Bro,
So do you know
if
how
I
hard
was able to influence you that much, you probably weren't into him that much.
I know, but what I'm saying is not only do I have my own standards, so do my friends. And my friends' opinions mean a lot to me. Like the thought of bringing a guy around who my friends like kind of don't really like, but they have to because I'm dating him. I hate the idea of that. Like I want my friends to actually like this guy. And so I know that I'm decently aware of social situations. So if this guy is telling a story, yapping along, and I know my friends are like checking out and they don't really care to listen to the story, but politely they're gonna wait for him to finish his long story. I'm gonna be there like, oh my god, please just hurry up. Like, please just finish the story. Oh my god, I'm so sorry that you guys have to sit there and listen to this.
Have you experienced that either as like the girlfriend or the friend who's kind of like
Yes,
putting
both.
Both?
Have you not?
With my girlfriends?
Mm.
No, but I'm sure they felt that way about me. No. I've never been like, oh man, please stop. But I definitely say and do a lot of embarrassing things that would make my girlfriend kind of like facepalm internally. Nah, yeah.
Or externally.
I wonder if that's a girls versus guys thing.
I think it is. I think like I felt that experience more with guys where like whether it is my boyfriend or my friend's boyfriend where I'm sitting there and I'm kind of like, I don't really, the story is so long and like I know we're gonna get little reward from it, but you know sometimes you do that with friends, right? Like you all listen to each other, but I think if it happens often enough you're kind of like, oh man, this gives me low-key an ick.
You're looking for like self-awareness, like to read the situation. Like, is this the moment to tell this long of a story? Is the payoff going to be worth it? Like, is it that funny? Are they aware how funny they are?
Yes, it's like a lot of self-awareness. It's like, are you a good storyteller? Are you taking long to tell the story? And are you gauging how the attention of the people in the room, you know? It kind of does matter when you interact with someone often enough.
What if there's someone that just knows how to be themselves and knows how to accept you as you are, but they do these kind of things?
I have actually been in sort of that situation, and I would say that is totally fine as long as they were good to me all around. But I think if it's like that on top of other things, then it's very difficult. But if they were like a perfect boyfriend for me, or like, I don't even think perfect is a great way to like frame how someone should be. But like if they were really, really good to me, then yeah, I would be able, that's fine. That's like a small problem if they were so great at other things. Everyone will have their flaws. It's just more like, how much are your flaws stacking up and your positives?
Is there like, do you like have like a pros and cons? Like, how does it work in your head? Are you just like going off attraction? Are there like non-negotiables? Like, how is it working in your head?
I think it's based off like how happy I am or how I feel 90% of the time. Like if I think you should be happy and have a nice flowing relationship 90% of the time, and you can have like 10% problems. And I try to keep in mind of like, are you trading, like when you're unhappy and you're thinking about breaking up with somebody, are you trying to trade 80% of what you want in a person for 20% of what you don't have? Because I feel like you have to think about that because no one's going to be perfect. So yeah, looks are not a big thing for me most of the time. I think like I've always, like, of course they matter to a degree. It's just I've always grown more attracted to somebody that I like, which I think is fairly normal as well. Yeah, I that doesn't contribute too much to me.
I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
More personal questions. I feel like this podcast is about like you guys like getting to know each other, having like really different points of view. That's like really intriguing to me. What have you guys learned from each other?
On this podcast, I don't think I've learned much from Yvonne. Well, no, that's not true. I've learned patience.
Excuse me.
I learned Yvonne has taught me understanding, patience, and acceptance.
A little threatening vibes up there.
I was in the middle of opening my water, and I don't know why.
Do you know you do this? Do you know you do like these little things, like these? You were holding this little cap. You're about to throw it at him. I don't know if you consciously realized you were doing that.
No, I wasn't. No, it's because
she does that all the time.
I put my hand on my head a lot. No, I don't.
You were going to do this.
No, I wasn't.
You're going to throw it at him.
No, I wasn't. Don't
see what she's like when the camera's off. I don't know if I learned much from Yvonne from all of this.
Was there anything that surprised you?
Nothing this woman does surprise me anymore. After playing Pico Park with her, it's like, wow,
okay,
you really are capable of anything.
See?
You are a surprising woman. Just when I thought you couldn't surprise me more, you find a way. Amazing. We did originally start this podcast. We cited what's that one with Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas? Frenemies. Also, wasn't Trisha Paytas canceled for something? I feel like she's always up in controversy.
I don't know. I just know she was in a Euphoria episode recently.
Oh, damn. That's very impressive. I was looking at that one. It's like, oh, it's two different point of views. Because originally those two, I think, had beef. And they're like, why don't we start a podcast? And 1 year later, they ended because they had beef. Like they were just, oh man, you can watch the episode where
ended
they
it the same way.
Legit start fighting. It was so uncomfortable.
Oh,
and they just filmed everything. It's like, and you watch it because it's like, oh wow, it's two very different people. But it feels like they don't like each other and just have opposite point of view in a way that makes them incompatible. I would say me and Yvonne have similar values, just different ways to get there, which is why it works. And then we don't disagree on the things that are fundamental to us as human beings in terms of like what we believe in, what we think is right. But yeah, I wouldn't say this podcast has taught me anything. It's just nice to spend time with her.
Yeah, same thing. Except for I did feel like I did learn a bit more sometimes about you when you would dive into like why you feel certain ways and things. Not that I learned like patience or I learned like these kind of almost exterior. I felt like I learned more about him. And then just like our dynamic and stuff. I hear a lot of people actually even so not just viewers, but peers who come up to me. And then sometimes wouldn't even expect them to ever listen to our podcast. But then they'll tell me that they have, and they say we have a great dynamic. And then I feel like I get complimented on our dynamic a lot.
Yeah, I think from the outside, it looks like you guys are comfortable with each other. And that like, even being able to like get mad at the other person, there is like a comfort in that. So I think you can feel it. I think that's like really nice. Like you want to be able to get mad at your friends. Like sometimes you have these friendships where you're like constantly tiptoeing around what you think the other person can handle.
Oh, and this one's the opposite. Bro does not tiptoe. He is stomping around trying to get a reaction. We're really comfortable.
I find that the easiest way to just bring out topics is to
rage bait
it so that it's kind of out there, but it's done in a funny way so that you can kind of like, okay, we can talk about this. We don't have to make this a big deal. I've also had years of practice, living with the same people. You just get really used to a really good understanding of each other.
Yeah, I think it's really nice to be able to talk about serious topics, stupid topics, just like everything. And based on the last one, it was kind of nice to see the range. You guys can talk about serious things. You can talk about everything. I think that's what a lot of people want in a friendship.
Yeah, me and Yvonne, we're good friends. And I hope everyone has a friendship like this one.
Okay, this one's a relationship question. What's a mistake you've made in a past relationship that you fear repeating?
I know this one. I thought about this one. It's this idea that a relationship needs to be perfect, and that if a mistake happens or something like a really, really bad fight, then sometimes I think, oh, it's not going to work out. It wasn't meant to be. Because if it was meant to be, we wouldn't be having this fight. And I start getting in my head like, oh, this is a failing relationship. This relationship isn't going to work out because we had this fight. And it's proof that we're not compatible. And it kind of just stems from this idea I had since I was younger, which is like, you watch. Because I started dating when I was like 25. So I had zero experience. But it stems from this, like the movies, the TVs, the stories of like what a great relationship is. And you see it in the news sometimes like, oh, this guy married his high school sweetheart and they've been together 30 years. And you see all of that and you think to yourself, oh, I need to be with someone where it's always perfect. And if it's not always perfect, it's not meant to be. This wasn't the person for me. And I felt that in all three of my relationship. And it's just not the right attitude to have, because once I start feeling that, I just almost kind of like give up in a way, or just start being withdrawn. Because in my head, I start ruminating on it. It's like, well, what's the point? It's not gonna work out. I don't want to drag this on. I don't want to hurt this person. I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time. And I become a little emotionally distant. And now I'm really trying to avoid that. Where if something bad happens, it's like, it's okay. It's more about how you work through it. And like, I'm still struggling with that, but I'm able to talk about this with my partner. Like I'm able to just verbalize these thoughts, which I haven't been able to do in the past. I just kept it all inside, and it's not easy to hear, but it is more constructive when I'm like giving my thought process and kind of try and figure out which part is correct and which part maybe is rooted in fantasy or just really high expectations of my partner that is hard to reach. That is my answer.
You don't want to make the mistake of withdrawing, like
you're almost expecting the relationship to be perfect,
and just you're almost like looking for these moments to give you a reason to withdraw. Or
yeah, like when it happens, I just think to myself, well, this wasn't the perfect relationship they talk about in the movies. And I want that. So I'm going to keep looking for that. But I think those relationships don't really exist in 99% of the cases, right? There might be a 1% case of like two people who found each other in the perfect love, everything's perfect. But for 99% of the humans in the world, I think they go through hard relationships and good ones. And it's rarely perfect, but you got to find one that works for you, like in terms of like finances or attraction or, timeline, geography. There's just so much factors into it that expecting 100% on 50 different criterias is almost impossible. And you can't like bail the moment like something scored at 99% instead of 100%. You can't use that as a reason why, well, that relationship is dead.
Yvonne, do you have a mistake that you've made in a past relationship that you have a fear of repeating?
A fear of repeating. I would say, God, not so. I don't know if it's called a fear or if it's just to better gauge. Like I think I want to be able to better gauge if someone's right for me, or like they have a lot of things that would work out long term, and like be able to make a decision then like leave or stay with someone that I think like has potential to work out, or I foresee that a lot of these things being issues and I know they're not going to work out, and then have it like drag out basically. My fear would be like dragging it out, but it's not so much a small fear. I think a lot of the mistakes I made in the past were when I was immature or not grown, or like didn't have, like, if anything, I'm almost like come to terms in a way glad that I made some mistakes that I have, because it taught me a lot. So I'm more like cautious, but not in fear. Because I don't know. But maybe they're the same thing.
Yeah, you've kind of grown from those things. You become aware of them.
Yeah, I'm more cautious about wasting time or in fear of wasting time than I am about certain mistakes or actions or anything. Like for me, I think things that I could always improve on, and I would love to do that for any relationship that I have, is communication. I think I'm a fairly good communicator, but I think that there are times where I don't communicate perfectly, or that there's uh I just want to find the best way to do it. I think that's always something that could be improved on.
How do you
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Are you comfortable talking about your dating life, Nate?
Yeah, sure.
What's your current status?
I'm not dating anyone.
Are you looking?
I guess I'm looking. Yeah, I'd be looking. Yeah.
What's your you got a strategy?
God, this is so like he's rubbing his fly head again.
You a friend of a friend kind of guy?
I don't know. There are times where I'm not sure. I definitely would. I would totally go on a blind date. If they think that like I would do well with someone else and I can't see it necessarily, that I think that's like interesting. Like, what does that reveal about myself? Where am I? I don't know where I'm at. I like, it's just like this nebulous blob that it's hard to define. Like, I just feel all these different things where like, I feel what you're feeling. Like with time, I'm like, man, I should like really start dating. On the other side, I'm like, I'm pretty like happy with where I'm at and like letting things happen as they go. But at the same time, like, do I want to like make something happen? What does that look like? But I should probably date more. I should go on more dates.
It's one of those things where it's like you do and don't have control over. It feels at the same time. Like you want to date. Of course, who wouldn't want to find the love of their lives, right? But at the same time, it's like, how do you force that? I almost feel like it's hard not to, unless you put yourself in social situations where you have the higher chance of meeting somebody. I don't know. Other than that, it's like also very difficult to find someone who you vibe with. I think finding someone you vibe with is so rare, at least in like a dating or someone that you see romantically.
Yeah, I think at the very least, just getting yourself out and more just being out there, which I think I do. I think I meet a lot of people, but it is maybe my standards are really high too, or like my like all these pieces have to align, like you said, like chemistry, like similar values. You're in a similar point in your life, and you guys both want to make it happen. Like it takes a lot to like have all those things overlap, and someone like, yeah, you really could see a future with.
Exactly. And then as you get older, it's harder because you know what you want more. The things that are like, oh, do we talk about that, actually matter. Like, do you want kids? Because those are deal breakers. Do you want to get married? Could be deal breakers. All these lifestyle things. And yeah.
And then you have to be really honest. Like, I feel like the older you get, the more honest you have to be about what is it that you're really looking for? Who are you? Mm-hmm. And simultaneously, if you're too honest, you can kind of like, it can be a little much, like you're missing the vibes, and so if you're just like, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, like sometimes I've been on dates and I feel like I kind of get that vibe from them where they're like very like, this is what there's like a list and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know if I'm like, this is a lot.
Does that scare you? Do you get like scared of that? If they're like, I want to get married, I want to have kids.
I do feel a type of pressure. There's like a little bit of pressure from that. I'm like, okay, that's a lot. I
got a 5-year plan.
I mean, I feel like expectation. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fulfill this list that I'm feeling right now. And I don't even know who you are. Like, can we just chill and enjoy the sunset for a moment?
Finish the salmon, and then we'll talk about it like 2 months from now.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Like if a girl sat down and I'm on like a first date and she hits me with like all that, I respect it a lot. This is a girl who does not want to waste time. Mm-hmm. But as my first thing is like, oh, I don't know if I can reach all that because that sounds like a lot. And this is our first date. And I totally get that's what you want. But it's like I'm feeling a lot of pressure because like if I'm not meeting those expectations of bearing you children or marrying you, I would get scared. Like I wouldn't be turned off or get the ick or anything. It's just like, damn, like you know what you want, and if I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah, that would be intense for me.
Because if you're gonna like jump into a relationship, like if you already feel like your life is really busy and you've got too many things going on, I think the appeal of a relationship still needs to be this fun, exciting thing. And it can't feel like a list of chores just yet.
Yeah.
And like, it's going to be a list of chores and hard work and difficult conversations. But for you to pull yourself out of your current life, it has to be this fun, exciting thing.
Yeah. I mean, it just has to, when in the beginning, it always has to feel like it complements your life, not like add more stress to it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear about the James Charles thing?
James Charles, he crashed out at a Spirit Airlines worker and then apologized. And then she said, I don't accept your apology. But I don't know what he crashed out about.
He basically, it was like, you ever get DMs of people who are like, hey, Yvonne, like, I really want like a Nintendo Switch. Can you buy me a Nintendo Switch? I want to play Tomodachi Island.
All the time.
Exactly. So basically he got one of those, but it sounded more serious than I want Tomodachi Island. It was like literally Spirit Airlines did just, they went bankrupt or they shut down. And then so a lot of employees lost their jobs. And so this one was an employee who lost their jobs, and they're just like, hey, like, if you happen to have money you could spare, like, I just lost my job. It would mean a lot. It would help a lot. And so he received this DM and then proceeded to make the whole video about it. And it was, yeah, like he already explained it. And a lot of people also had weighed in and said it was completely unnecessary. He didn't even have to respond at all, let alone make a video response. And the way he did it was so mean and very out of touch.
What did he say?
So he basically was saying like, oh, you lost your job, like whoop-de-doo, like other people did too, or like just you have to get another one, put in the effort, without any awareness of how the economy is and how the job market is and how honestly rough it's been for a lot of people. And so it was like an extremely out of touch video. He was being unnecessarily mean, saying things along those lines. And then people are now like, yeah, let's cancel James Charles. But it was crazy because the way the internet handles cancellation sometimes is like, he technically should have been canceled like a long time ago because he messaged underage boys. But why is it that maybe this airline thing almost is causing more of a commotion than that right now? I don't know.
Gotcha. It's weird that he responded even, because in the creator space that we're in, we do get, like, I get weekly messages about someone who just wants money. It's like, hey, I want a new PC. I'm trying to get a streaming set up. Sometimes a little sadder, which is like, I can't pay my tuition. And you get those messages every week. Obviously, it's really sad what people are going through, but you can't give out like tens of thousands of dollars to every person who asks. And you don't have to respond. But to respond and put it out on social media and blasting the person for asking for money is crazy. I don't see the real upside. Like, what's he trying to do? Is like get people to agree with him? Yeah, wow, the lazy bum asking for money. Yeah, I've heard of this James Charles guy. He asked me to be in a video once, but this was back when Among Us, and it was just like, hey, can you choose my makeup? I'm like, yeah, okay. But I see him in controversies a lot, especially, yeah, you mentioned the underage boy thing.
Yeah.
Where he DMs them and he gets into these power dynamic relationship with really young guys. And he's not canceled. But cancellation, there's no laws for it, right? There's no laws. We see people like that Ned Fulmer guy, he got canceled for cheating.
Yeah.
Which is, cheating's bad, but in terms of like crimes, I don't know. I don't think it's like a crime. But then you have people committing crimes or borderline crimes and then being fined. So when it comes to cancellation on the internet, it's just really how resilient you are and how rabid your fan base is that's willing to overlook anything.
Yeah. And then Chris Brown, literally DV, insane. And it's like towards Rihanna. You know what I mean? It's fucking Rihanna. Not even like, but he still has people going to his concerts. He's throwing concerts, and that is an actual crime. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, what?
And there are pictures of what Rihanna looked like that came out, and it was horrible. And then he's like, oh, well, back to performing, like just a few years later. So there's no law book when it comes to internet cancellation or just cancellation in general. It's just how resilient you are, how many fans you have.
Yeah, and I think the like-minded people will find you.
Yeah. Speaking of cancellation, there's this Twitch streamer that's going to prison. Well, there's a couple of streamers. This is not Twitch streamer, Kick streamers. They always stream on Kick.
Oh.
So if you see a streamer, that's why a Kick streamer has such a negative connotation. Because when you hear about them, like they're going to jail. There was that Johnny Somali guy who went to Korea and was just being super disruptive. And then he got arrested. And he was just making fun of the whole process. And I believe he's sentenced to jail in Korea for 10 years.
What did he go to jail for? Being disruptive?
Johnny Somali jail. Oh, what? Only 6 months?
Only? What do you want? Like, what did he do?
Public nuisance, distributing sexual deepfakes, obstruction of business. Honestly, 6 months is lucky for him.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Labor prison. Hard labor prison. And then there's this other one, a guy called Chud. He's a Kick streamer, and I think he streamed himself after he shot someone. So it's this guy who goes around black people and say like really racist things to egg a reaction. And he did this, and obviously the people were upset that he was doing this, and they approached him aggressively, and then he ended up shooting the person.
That's insane.
Who approached him, and I believe, let's see here, facing 56 years in prison for attempted murder and bail set at $1 million.
Yeah, F that guy.
Streamers are with this new gen of streamers. So we've been going a more IRL route lately, and you get some like really hyperactive streamers that just do a lot of in real life content, like Extra Emily, for example. Great streamer, keeps it fresh, great engagement. And then you see this and people are taking it further and further and further. And now, right now, a lot of brand new streamers are making a name for themselves by being like as controversial as possible. Just anything to do to get famous. This is going to date me like a millennial, but there was an era of YouTube where prank videos were all the rage.
Oh yeah,
it was like the titles are crazy. Like I got kidnapped, and they fake a kidnapping of their friend, but it's a real kidnapping in their eyes, and then they just film everything, and it's like it was just the prank bro stemmed from that era. But now we're seeing it with streamers, where it feels like the only way these new streamers know how to get noticed is what's the most outrageous thing I can do. So a lot of them are getting in legal disputes. There's a guy streaming himself walking across the states, and then he's been hit by a car twice.
What? On
highways.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just walking very close, either on or right next to the highway lane. So there's just 2 clips of him getting slammed by a car.
Oh God.
Do you guys think there's like a type of attention inflation that's happening where you just need to get more and more? The way you get attention just keeps having to rise, like the things you have to do.
100%.
Why is that happening?
I think it's just like extremeness. People get to desperation where they feel like an extreme will get them fame.
Yeah, especially with the prevalence of short form. Like the extreme moments are the ones that makes it on TikTok, the Instagram Reels, the YouTube Shorts. So you're competing with all the content in the world, and you have 10 seconds to do it. And normal streams not cut it. Like I'm playing League of Legends. You're probably not getting like anything extreme in that. But if you're out, doing really disruptive stuff, saying outrageous things to egg on interactions, you're going to get a lot of clips like that, and that's going to blow up on social media. So streaming has kind of crossed over to this. They call it clip farming, which is like you just spend the 4 or 5 hours you're streaming trying to get as much clips as you can, which means doing as many clippable moments as you can.
Does it collapse? Like if everyone just keeps trying to one-up each other with these clip farms, like does it eventually all collapse on itself? Like what's the end of all of this?
Yeah, it just seems so extreme and exhausting. Like I do think a part of it's tough to say because you're like, how do people get so desperate? How does it get so extreme? But it's also genuinely like, how are people making money? And if people aren't making money in this economy, or it's very difficult, then like people are gonna go to extremes because then it's a matter of survival. And like this is like an easy, like not easy, but it's like a way you can pave yourself to make some money rather than not being able to find a job any other way.
Yeah, I do think we'll reach a breaking point eventually. I think streamer fatigue is slowly setting in. When people see streamers, and sometimes it's kind of like a negative connotation. Some people think it's a positive connotation, but the general vibes I feel is like when someone's in a restaurant filming themselves, if they're being disruptive, people kind of roll their eyes, just like, oh man, this guy's filming himself being cringe.
Yeah.
And sometimes unfairly. I've definitely seen streamers who keep to themselves, who want to go to a restaurant to review the food, go in the corner and just film themselves and have people passerby like say something really rude. It's like, you're so fucking conceited. Like no one wants to watch you. So it's a mixed bag, but I think just like on YouTube, eventually people like nobody's watching prank videos in 2026 or the last 15 years. But for a solid 5 years, it was the most popular thing to do. But people just got tired of it, like all this artificial farming. And one of the most popular YouTube channel is Outdoor Boys. It's just this 50-year-old man filming himself going camping with his kids, and that has outperformed all the videos in the last like couple of years. And then he retired. So people like authenticity, especially if you're an older generation.
Yeah, I think there's like a fatigue that can happen with the viewers too, where they're just like, you keep rising the attention grabbing thing. And then people are like, I don't like this. This isn't like, I'm not going to the internet. Like, and I think this ties back to the James Charles thing. Like, I think people are over influencers. I think, this like bigger picture, people are like, is any of this real? Am I getting anything from spending my time watching this stuff, being hooked in by this stuff? And if I'm not, like, I don't want to be here anymore. And so, I think even though it does suck you in, it doesn't necessarily like give you what you ultimately want. I think eventually things will correct itself in that way.
Yeah, I don't know now when I tell someone that I'm a content creator, if that's like a how they're going to receive it. Like it's, you know how usually sometimes if you tell someone you're a doctor, they'll probably be like, oh, like, you help people and everything, blah, blah, right? Not saying content creators don't, but like, I think you just never know how someone is going to feel when they hear that that's what you do for a living. And I feel that sometimes, or I felt it before when it comes to dating, because some people don't want to date a content creator and like they have that whole, so you actually don't know how people feel.
That's an innocent question, Yvonne. That's an innocent ass question. He didn't even bring up the dating. You mentioned it. He followed up, and you're doing a look?
It's because there's nothing to say, which is why I'm giving the look. Not because it's Nate, because it's me.
All right. There sounds like there's a lot to unpack. Nate, you strike me as a cerebral type. and I would love to know your thoughts about dating and life in general. You seem like a smart man. But unfortunately, we're out of time for today. So we'll have to explore that next week, assuming Chelsea doesn't come back. And you know what? Even if Chelsea comes back, you know what? Dual moderator, 2v2, men versus 2v2. Women. 2v2. Let's see who wins. We might not be friends at the end of all of this.
It's like Monopoly. No.
We'll have to bring another moderator to moderate the 2v2.
5 people. But
hey, Scar, are you free? He's just in his room.
We need to find a gender neutral third party. Because if it's a guy, you guys are just gonna, if it's Scara, you're just gonna accuse him of being one of the boys if he doesn't agree with anything you say.
Or he's just gonna agree with stuff that you say.
He's not gonna.
I feel like Leslie could be neutral.
Yeah, I agree. Leslie's neutral.
If Leslie, I gotta bring Scara then.
We keep adding people to the podcast. It's like an 8-10
we were all
like
fighting before this. That'll make a banger episode one day. Just have every guest who's been on for like a crossover.
Whoa, that would be crazy. Yeah. Honestly, fuck it. Get 10
Thank
likes.
you all so much for watching. This week's episode will be next week with more We Were Fighting Before This. If you want to check out our fun Patreon content, please do so. You can subscribe for only $5 a month at We Were Fighting Before This. Patreon. I'm actually patreon.com/We Were Fighting Before This. And apparently we send you Pokemon cards, so check
we
it out.
Also
then.
got postcards to send for the tier 3.
I don't have to sign those, right? Can you forge my signature?
Shut up, he's gonna sign them. I will not forge his stupid little toast drawing on every single one.
So that was people love my toast drawing when I sign. Yeah, they don't want boring ass signature where they can't even see who it's from, but they can see the little toast doodle that I painstaking. Don't ever say I don't love my fans.
Yeah, he'll sign them because he loves you guys so much. Right after he's like, I don't have to sign that, right? Yes, you do.
Thank you all so much. We'll see you all next week. Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, maybe you should try flying in for once. To answer your question, I forgot what it was, Nate, before Yvonne started yelling at me.
I started yelling.
A little bit. You might have started yelling. Yeah. I don't even know what the question was, but I was just observing. What was I observing?
He's analyzing us again.
No, Toast was working really hard, doing a lot of things.